Alright, we watched like 50 seconds of this one before, but let's actually watch it all the way through. Sex Lives of Hidden Transgenders, Part 1. Yikes, Hans. Yikerinos. Warning, I'm pretty sure this uses the T-slur, so just be aware of that if that's something that bothers you and you can't handle it. I understand, but he does use the T-slur in this one.
Hey guys, Hans Wormhat here. This is a video on the sex lives of hidden transgenders. So unfortunately, I have personal experience
No, not trans. The T-slur.
with this. It's something that I try to not
Ends
think
in a
back
Y.
on, but when I do, I just pray for repentance, for being a sexual deviant, and having sex.
Even if there were hidden transgender people, who cares? I know, right? Who would care? It would be none of anyone's business.
Sexual contact with these creatures. But here, I just want to show you that they lie. They lie. They don't care. A tranny doesn't care that they lie to you. They think that they are allowed to keep this secret to themselves, and they twist it in their mind to. They feel like they're not holding anything from people. Like, they really convince themselves that they're not lying, even though their whole life is a lie. Just look at this disgusting comment by this person on one of my videos. They try to, and they always do this, oh, you're obsessed with trans people. I want trannies to leave me alone, and I want them to tell everybody that they're a tranny.
Hans, you are obsessed with trans people. It's like the majority of the videos on your channel are either talking about Flat Earth or talking about how you think everyone is secretly trans. That's an obsession. It's very strange. I'm a trans person. I'm very open about that. And I just find it odd, because I think you talk about trans people more than I do. And I am one, so... just curious.
That's what I want. I want all of these trannies to go create your own tranny, whatever, away from me. And I'm going to call you a tranny, because that's what you are. You're a tranny. So,
Hans, no. This is an older video from Hans. He's gotten better at this, at not using slurs, but yeah, that's a slur, Hans. Shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I have a biological female wife, thankfully, like, thank God. And look at this person. I'm trans myself, and I have had friends who never told their husbands. Disgusting. So,
let's take a look at that comment. This person says you're really obsessed with trans people, almost like you have a thing for us, so just go find a nice trans woman, get laid already, okay? This person says, gross, I have a biological female wife, which is a weird way to talk about someone, and then this person says, I bet she's really a, and then the T-slur, I'm trans myself, and I have friends who never told their husbands. I find this person suspect. I don't know any trans people who would use the T-slur to describe other trans people.
Told their husbands.
Yeah, seems disgusting. Like a troll, for sure.
So, look at this. Belgian husband leaves wife of 19 years after discovering she was a man. My ex didn't reveal she was transgender until her sister told me. Here's a disgusting question on Kiora. What would you do if you found out your partner is transgender? Look at this. In the non-hypothetical scenario, my wife came out to me after 9 years together. These people drag you along for 9 years before they tell you the truth. That is disgusting. I'm still with her, and our marriage is probably as strong as it's ever been. What kind of a freak are you?
Someone who understands that someone being trans doesn't make them any less the gender that they identify as, like a normal human being?
I would have ditched that thing to the curb so quick.
Calling people thing, really, Hans? Didn't you get mad at me in the comments and call me a bully? Yet here you are, casting aspersions on entire groups of people? Lovely.
Quick? Are you kidding me? 9 years of your life, just a lie. A complete lie. And you just forgive them? It's disgusting. Look at this. There's a response here that just made me gross. So the question again, what would you do if you found out that your partner was transgender? Kiss them and continue on with my day? What? These people are
It's almost like a lot of people are fine with trans people. Weird.
delusional. Your partner has just been living a whole lie. Your whole life is a lie, and you just forgive them like that? Like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Who cares? No, this is not okay. It's
But they weren't lying, Hans. They were secretive about their past. But if they're a woman, if they're a trans woman, they're still a woman. They're still the same person that they always claimed they were. They just happen to be trans. It's really not as big of a deal as you're making out to be. Nothing fundamentally changed about the partner in the moment that you found out they were trans, right? They're still the exact same person you married or got together with, whatever it happens to be. They're the same person. It really shouldn't matter.
lying about your gender it's a horrible, horrible thing. Straight men want a woman, a real biological woman. We don't want a man pretending to be a woman. That's disgusting, foul, satanic. It's satanic. So for the rest of this video, I guess I'll just talk about my personal experience. Yes, I've been in a long-term relationship with a hidden transgender before.
But gametes, Hannah, gametes. Uh-huh.
And thinking back, I just want to vomit constantly. Like,
Hans, the person that you're
but I guess
describing, because you consider most people trans, even though they're not, I'm almost guaranteeing they weren't trans. And even if they were, it wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have. You're probably just calling this person trans, though, because you think like everyone's trans. Which isn't the case. Because believe me, if most people were trans, we would not be hiding it for your sake, right?
I mean, people are really interested in this. I really don't have a problem sharing certain things. So, I mean, looking back, how did I find out that they were transgender? Just looking at pictures, like actually looking. It's like, hey, you actually. So, there's the brainwashing starts so young. You know, they teach you when you're young. Oh, that's just a tomboy. You know, well, some women do. Honestly, haven't you heard? Well, some women do have Adam's apples. Bullshit.
Some do.
Bullshit. Trannies have Adam's apples. Trannies. Shemales. Shamale. These things have Adam's apples. They cover it up with their orange turtleneck. It's ridiculous. So...
I actually don't own any turtlenecks. Fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, this is just how a lot of people discover the tranny thing, how far the tranny rabbit hole goes. I started noticing it in celebrity, you know, Serena Williams and Michelle Obama, but then you notice...
Capitalism.
Ask Compu. These things. Yeah, he's gross. Anita Wu with 100 bits. My husband and I met when we were 8. It's a really cute Pokemon-related story. We started dating at 24, married at 25. I came out to him as agender at 32. He hugged me, kissed me, told me he still loved me, and our lives have changed. Almost not at all. 9 years, try a whole life. Yeah, nice. I'm glad that worked out for you. It's a cute story. Ann Coulter has an Adam's apple. Does he think they are trans? Probably.
It's all of them. All the female celebrity. And then you start noticing the male ones. But, you know, I haven't dated males, so I'm not going to talk about that. But you don't think about checking the people in your life, you know, until you actually go and do it. And looking back, I mean, I knew that this person I dated was kind of boyish, whatever. But, you know, that's something that they teach you growing up, is that, you know, they tell you that everybody comes in all shapes and sizes.
Yes, correct.
Which is wrong. It's just not.
No, it's true. You can look at people all around. Hans, you know what Occam's razor is? Occam's razor basically says that the simplest solution is usually the correct one. So what's simpler, Hans? That human beings look different from one another? And there's a variety of ways people can look and present themselves? Or that there's a secret underground worldwide conspiracy to hide the truth of people's identity from you. Because one involves literally billions of people keeping a secret, and the other just requires what we see every day. People looking different. That's simpler. That's the case.
True. That's their propaganda. It's not true. Women and men don't come in all shapes and sizes. We don't. There's differences between men and women, and they're noticeable. So, I mean, I guess about this relationship, it started out okay, you know, as it always does, and like I'm not. This is even the thing. I'm not like I haven't slept around really. I haven't. Like, they try to get men to be really promiscuous, and men that are promiscuous, I guarantee you, you've slept with so many trannies, and you just don't even know it.
And if people slept with trans people, so what? Who cares?
I've only been with one biological female, looking back. I mean, I haven't slept with that many people, but looking back, there's just so many hidden trannies, and it's, like, unfortunate. I want to, like, vomit, but, you know, that's why not being sexually promiscuous is the best idea, because there's so many trannies out there. You're jerking it to trannies if you're jerking it to porn. And if you're just sleeping around, you know, I don't think real women like to just sleep around. That's just a perversion. So...
Oh boy, Hans is about to catch beef with the entirety of the incel community.
If a woman is really easy, it's probably a tranny. So yeah, this relationship, it was like a long relationship, you know, many years. This person never told me that they were trans.
Because they probably weren't, Hans. You think everyone is secretly trans, and you're always wrong.
We had sex, and it wasn't good. Sex with my wife, who's biological female, is so much better. It's like crazy how much better it is.
I'm glad your sex life with your wife is good. Good for you, Hans.
Now looking back, I know that it was just gross. Everything with this tranny, it was not good. The sex was never good. He even told me before that, so he, like, would stop sex sometimes.
It was a woman.
It's like we'd be having sex, and he would just, like, stop. Like, this is a tranny, right? Now I know it's a tranny. And, you know, thinking back, so maybe it is that they have personal issues. It's like they know that they're a tranny, so they don't like doing it. I think that a lot of these trannies, hidden trannies, are kind of asexual.
My browser history would like to talk with you, Hans. Cotton Candy 903. I'm genuinely curious if Hans would think I'm trans or cis. I have no idea.
This one wasn't really... They didn't try to get me to do a bunch of sodomy stuff, so that was good. But our sex life was really bad.
Wait, they didn't try and have you do a bunch of sodomy stuff? Does that mean there was a little bit of sodomy? Good for you, Hans.
And, I mean, maybe that's a blessing in disguise that our sex life was terrible. Like, less sex with creatures, the better, right? But, yeah, so sex was really bad. He didn't seem to enjoy it. Before he even said to me...
They were a she, Hans. For one thing, they probably weren't trans. And even if they were, if they identify as a woman, they're still she. She is still she, you fucking asshole. I can't believe Hans calls me a bully and this is how he treats trans individuals. Jesus.
Me that it didn't feel like anything. So that's like red flag, huge. They were also on antidepressants, so that's what I kind of thought at the time. I was like, well, you know, it's your antidepressants that are fucking you up, or, you know, you just have issues. But the whole relationship was just not good at all. I just didn't have enough of self-esteem, stuff like that, to know that I should have left, like, way before. But again, I didn't have a dad growing up. I had a tranny. I had a tranny dad, and...
No, you had a dad, Hans. And even if your dad was trans, they would still be your dad. Ask Compu. Someone didn't enjoy sex with me, they must be trans.
I'm pretty sure my mom's a tranny too.
How would Hans, please, bud, stop. None of this is true.
So, you know, I guess I just deserved it or something. It's kind of weird because my brother always hated this girlfriend, and it's probably because he knew that it was a tranny and a terrible tranny. So, what else? Their period, I don't know, they might get their period. This one was really disgusting. Every once in a while, he would like show me a bloody tampon, which I don't think any real woman would ever do that. That's just foul. Like, I would.
What? Dude, are you fucking 5 years old? Women have periods. Trans men also can have periods. Who the fuck cares? It's a normal thing.
I would get so pissed. I'd be like, you need to, like, you never do that. That's so gross. But I think that these are little psyops that they do to, like, sell the tranny.
About the tools of capitalism.
Knobj with 100 bits. Watching Hans is such a trip. I alternate between amused, angry, and sad. I know.
Yeah, I don't know if, I guess you can leave. This is just the first video on the sex lives of hidden transgenders. Like, nothing is really striking me that I need to say about it right now, but maybe if you guys leave comments, if you have questions. Really, it was just a terrible relationship. This person, they're spiritual vampires. This person was
shit!
depressed.
Someone was asking, why is vampires on the thing? It's because we get vampires. Vampires. There you go, right on the bingo card. Got him!
Which obviously a lot of these creatures are depressed. So many of these people are on antidepressants.
At some point, trans women will be able to have periods too. True. Not me, though. I wouldn't want that, because I don't want to have kids. So fertility is not a goal of mine.
I mean, because they're living a lie. Their whole life is a lie. But the main point of this video is just to tell you, these trannies have no problem forming relationships with real humans. They really don't. They're evil beings. And the sex is usually terrible, I would say. Not good. Sex with a real human is way better with a real woman.
Implying that trans people aren't human, Hans. Again, this guy called me a bully for pointing out that his beliefs are ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. That's all that I can think of. So, leave questions. Maybe I'll do more videos about the sex lives of hidden trannies, because I know I've heard some stories about female to males too, and I think a lot of times the female to males do have trouble performing, and they I think they pop a lot of pills and things like that. So definitely worth doing another video on this. All right, leave a comment.
Oh, Hans, you're so bad. You're just so rude and such a bully. What else do we have?